day, Diego DeFranco picks up his children from school, manages after-school activities, and gets dinner ready. And he posts his routines online. He's among a growing number of Italy's so-called dad influencers who are reshaping how fatherhood looks in a country struggling to reconcile work, family, and gender equality.
People kept seeing me alone with this child and started to think I might be a widower or even separated, because the question was, why would this man choose to spend time with his own son unless he was obliged to do so by widowhood or by law as a separated man?
In February, Italian lawmakers rejected a proposal to equalize maternity and paternity leave. The centre-right majority said it would be too costly.
It's a huge paradox.
Sociologist Anina Lubbock says Italy's 5-month mandatory maternity leave is one of the longest and best paid in Europe.
Whereas in the case of men, we're at the rock bottom at the minimum standard set by the EU, which is 10 days of non-transferable well-paid leave.
And economists warn the policy imbalance worsens what is already the EU's widest gender employment gap, according to Eurostat. Just 53% of women in Italy were employed in 2024, compared with nearly 71% across the EU as a whole. Women account for around 70% of voluntary resignations, often following childbirth. Economists link the difficulty of juggling work and children to the country's demographic decline. They warn higher female employment is essential to sustain growth and public finances in the Eurozone's third-largest economy, and more help for working women would encourage them to have children. DeFranco's wife, Raffaella Nunes, says her husband's presence at home proved decisive for her career. It gave me the confidence to face challenges and seize opportunities, she says. Lubbock says dad influencers like DeFranco are both a reflection and a driver of change.
The number of these dad influencers and bloggers is increasing, and it's very varied, and they've made a huge contribution in putting forward a different narrative about fatherhood, which is more inclusive, more equal, also fun.
Personal experience has made DeFranco optimistic. He recalls being the only dad at kindergarten when their first child started going. But when their next child began school, there were 3 or 4. And I said to myself, he says, look, things are changing.